Hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to DSS online classes. This is Rory ma'am here once again for science class. Students, today we are going to start our new chapter, light. Now, question is here at first, what is light? Light is a form of energy which enables us to observe things surrounding and whatever materials we are using to it enables us to see this wonderful world, to our eyes sensation of seeing and sense organ eye works with the light. Without light in a dark room you cannot see anything. So our eyes works due to the presence of light. Light enables us to observe all this beautiful world. So without light, sensation, seeing will not work and we will not perform our daily routine activities so easily. Because of light, it is possible to observe things, to think about that and take decision whatever you want to do. So at first, the first question is, what makes things visible? Means in presence of light, how can we see the materials, the objects or the things? At first, from the light source, rays of light move and strike that object, strike that opaque object and then bouncing back of light. Means from this is the source, and from this source light ray will fall on the opaque object and then strike it and bounce back, and this bounced ray will reach to our eyes and then we can see that object. If this reflected ray is not reaching to your eyes, you will not be able to see that things. So for observing things, for seeing that, for looking any of the object, it is necessary that light rays coming from that object should reach to your eyes, and this will make the things visible. Suppose you are in a dark room and though no any light rays are present there, it is a dark room and you haven't switched on your bulb or whatever source of light is present in the room, then all the things will be there, all the materials will be present in that room, but light rays are not striking, not bouncing, not reflected and not reach to your eyes. Because of that, you will not able to see those things. You have to switch on the bulb or whatever source of light is present in that room, you have to go with that, and then you can easily see the materials, the things present in the room. So light makes the things visible, and for seeing anything, for looking anything, it is necessary that light rays moving from that object or from the source of light, if they are moving, they should strike that object and reflected rays should reach to your eyes. Then you can easily see that thing, look at that thing. So for visibility it is necessary. Now here, from here, the phenomena arise reflection, because from the source of light, objects from the source of light, rays strike the object and then get reflected. So reflection, phenomena of reflection is responsible for making the things visible. So let's perform an activity. It is here. So this is the, students, please listen carefully. It is your looking glass, a thin slide of looking glass in which you regularly watch your face or your image. That is the looking glass. And then a thin strip of looking glass is here. It is the support, a wooden block in which a slit is made, and from this support, this thin slide of glass or mirror is placed properly. Now you have to take a long sheet of black paper and cut it here. Make a thin slit here and place it in front of, but in a tilted manner. You have to place it in front of that mirror. Then take a torch, which is a source of light, but you have to place it behind the black sheet of paper. Why? Because a thin ray of light will move from here. Because of this slit, all the other light rays will be stopped, and a narrow ray of light will pass here. Students, a narrow ray of light is also a group of rays of lights, but for our convenience, we consider it as a thin or narrow ray of light. So it is here, narrow ray of light. Whenever it will strike the mirror, then you can easily see that it will change its path and move in that direction, move in the same plane in the another direction. So you can easily, if a plain paper is on the table, then you will easily observe the path of the light here. It will be reflected here. Now take a pencil and draw the position of this mirror. This is the position of that mirror. So it is shown here. So it is shown here, and then this is your mirror. And now you have to make from this line, you have to draw this line. Mirror where you have placed, you have to draw that line and remove the mirror. Now from this line you have to make a 90-degree angle, and this line is here. This line will be called normal ray. And this is the ray of light, a thin ray of light, which I have shown here. You have to draw it with the pencil. All the lines, all the ray positions you have to draw with the pencil now. So with the help of a scale and pencil, I have drawn it. So that is this ray of light is here, which is coming out from the source of light. I have taken torch here. So this is the ray of light. This ray will be known as incident ray. And now this ray, that is the path of reflected light. This light is the incident, this ray of light is the incident ray, and now it is reflected back. Then this ray of light will be known as reflected ray. It is shown here, that is the reflected ray, and this phenomena is reflection. Bouncing back of light means after striking, the ray of light is striking on this mirror. This is an opaque object, and then bouncing back of light in the same plane is known as reflection. So bouncing back of light after striking an opaque object is known as reflection. So this is the phenomena of reflection. In this activity, we observed various rays, and this is the position of mirror. Then this is the 90-degree angle from the position of the mirror, and this ray will be known as normal ray. Now this is the incident ray, which was imposed by you with the help of source of light. So that is the incident ray, and after striking it will bounce back here. So this is the reflected ray. All the terms of reflection are given here. Now it's time for laws of reflection. So please watch it carefully. Laws of reflection. The first law of reflection is incident ray, normal ray and reflected ray. All these rays will lie in the same plane. So as you have seen here on the paper, you have drawn it and paper was that which was used in the activity. From the starting you have to take the paper which is spread on the table and then you placed that mirror, strip of mirror. So on this paper, in only one plane, all these rays will be situated. So that is the first law of reflection, that incident ray normal ray and reflected ray will lie in the same plane. So students, that is the first law of reflection, as you have already observed it here from this activity. Incident ray, normal ray and reflected ray, all of these are in the same plane. So it is here. And the second law is angle of incidence. So please listen it carefully, don't make any mistake in this. Angle between the incident ray and normal ray, it is here and it is known as angle I. Angle I is the incident angle, angle of incidence, as I have shown here from the arrow. This is angle of incidence. And angle between the reflected ray and normal ray, that will be shown by the angle R, which is angle of so that is the angle of reflection and it was the reflected ray. So make yourself very much clear that angle between the incident ray and normal ray is the angle of incidence and angle between the reflected ray and normal ray is the angle of reflection. Now come to the second law. It will always be equal. Both of these angles will be equal. So angle I will always be equal to the angle R. Angle of incidence will always be equal to the angle of reflection. Students, you can check it easily by making the change in angle of incidence. Just remove the torch and make it moving. Just your mirror is placed at that place only. Your normal ray will be fixed to that position. You are giving this ray of light by the source torch. You just change the angle, move the torch here, and then from this position ray of light will strike on that plane mirror and then it will also move in that plane and with the different angle. So in that case also, after moving that torch or source of light, you will observe whenever you change the angle of incidence, the angle of reflection will also be changed. And then if you calculate with the help of D, you will find that always in any case angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. And for checking that, you have to do one more activity. It is given in your NCERT book and I am explaining here. Take a chart paper, plain paper, and then fix it, and then with the help of torch make a slit on the paper and throw the ray of light. Then you will find the position of reflected ray on the same paper. Now cut this paper in between and just fold the chart paper. Then you will not find that reflected ray. It proves that reflected ray, incident ray and normal ray lie in the same plane. Because you removed that, folded that plane, you will not get reflected ray. It was the activity second, which is given in your NCERT book. But in any case, if you change the angle of incidence by changing the position of that torch, you will always find that the angle of reflection will also change, and in any case it will always equal to the angle of incidence. So that are the two laws of reflection. Incident ray, normal ray and reflected ray lie in the same plane, and angle of incidence will be always equal to the angle of reflection. So these were the two laws of the reflection, and we have discussed what makes the things visible. So reflection of light makes the things visible. Whenever light rays move from the light source and strike an object, and after striking the reflected ray reaches to your eyes, reflected rays reach to your eyes, then you will be able to see that things. Those things are visible to you. So light is the important term which is responsible for seeing, for your sensation seeing, or your sense organ eyes to work, and you can see that this beautiful world with the help of your eyes. That was all about the laws of reflection. I hope you are clear with this video, and if you have any problem, please ask your questions. Thank you.